Hey, Bass Geek here, and today I'm going to show you everything you need to know to get started Damiki rig fishing. Oh my God. Whoa! Holy. Oh. Holy cow, guys. Look at that. Just a monster. Oh. Wow. It has been a tough day. Whoa. So let's talk about the rig itself. Now the rig is made up of basically a jig head, a specific type of jig head, and a soft plastic, which is a lot like a soft plastic jerkbait. There's a lot of different heads out on the market. The Erie head probably was one of the very first styles that we used in this sort of rig. I think VMC makes a moon eye shad or a moon eye head or something like that. It's got a really big eye in it. The rig that I prefer, the head that I prefer, is by Ledgehead Lures. It's called the drop head. Now this particular head has a keel a lot like their swim bait heads, but if you'll notice, most of the weight actually is under the bottom of this head. And the reason that is because as you drop, the deeper you get and the pressure builds on that soft plastic becomes more and more buoyant. So it wants to start floating up. The tail and the plastic side wants to start kicking up and going nose down or jig head down. This actually prevents that. So once you get it down to 45, 55, 65 feet deep, this is going to set dead even horizontally, and that's what I like. Now the other thing that I like about this, look at those big beautiful red eyes. I think those red eyes get you a lot more bites, and I've heard several other people say the same thing. The two weights that I prefer are a 3/8 ounce head and a 1/2 ounce head. I prefer the 1/2 ounce when I've got even just the slightest bit of chop on the water or I'm fishing over 35 feet deep. So let's talk about the bait. Now you can use everything from a Fluke Junior that you cut to any sort of soft plastic. You want it to be about 3 inches long. I've seen people on bigger ones cut down 2.8 Kitex, maybe cut the tail off. But the soft plastic that I prefer is the Damiki Armor Shad, the bait where the rig derives its name from. Now I'm going to give you 2 colors to start with. A great color on maybe a little stained water or a cloudy day is going to be this. This is the White Silver Flake. Now it's a kind of a pearl white, and it's got some great silver flash in it, just a little bit of flake to give it a little extra flash. A little stained water, a little cloudy day, a little chop on the water, or a combination of all 3 of those, and this is going to be your hot bait. Now, the bait that you guys seen me catch most of those bass on in one of my last videos was this particular color here. It was a high bluebird sky, which for me, when I'm fishing for deep smallmouth, I prefer that high sky. This is the Smoke Silver Black, and it's got silver and black flake in it. It's a smoke color, but it's got a ton of silver and black flake, and it looks awesome on a light chop, high bluebird sky. This thing will really produce. I mean, they don't hesitate to bite this bait. So when you put it together, this is what it's going to look like. And the great thing again about the Kill is that bait is going to set straight up. That's what I like about Ledgehead. He's really put most of his weight out here on the end, and as that bait drops to the depths, it's not going to set like that. It's going to set perfectly horizontally, and that's going to drive those smallmouth absolutely crazy. Let's talk about the rod and reel setup I use for my Damiki rig. Now this is a finesse technique, but it's not really a finesse bait. It's more of a finesse bait in the sense that you're dropping it straight down and you're holding it perfectly still. You're not imparting action on it 90% of the time. That being said, you're not going to want a rod with a limp noodle. Remember, you are using a 3/8 to a 1/2 ounce weight. The rod that I prefer is a 7-foot medium action rod with a fast tip. As far as the reel goes, I prefer something in the 2000 to 2500 series. Seems like the line comes off a little better, a little smoother with that. You're going to want something that's got a good drag system, and I prefer something at least in the low 6s when it comes to speed, because a lot of times those fish will make a run up, and it's key not to give them slack as they dart toward the surface. So I use 6-pound test fluorocarbon, and I have that. I don't use a liter. A lot of guys will use a liter, 8-10. Me, I want a cast worth of fluorocarbon. I really don't want to get to my braid. Now, the braid that I actually use on all of my spinning reels is Bass Pro Shops, the High Vis Yellow. I'm telling you, I started using this just last year, and I've been amazed at how smooth this braid is, especially on this. Now, the size of the braid, since I never get down to the braid, it doesn't really matter, but some guys like to use a lighter braid to get a little faster drop. Again, this is a technique that's primarily dominant in clear water. It's kind of like a jerk bait during the winter. The clear water tends to be best. So it might just be me, but I don't want, you know, a yellow string of spaghetti. As the bass are feeding up anyway, they're looking up, and I don't want a big long yellow line chasing down my bait and kind of making the fish look at it and maybe spooking them up. So I like to keep at least a cast worth. So, you know, we'll say anywhere from 30 to 50 feet of fluorocarbon on my reel. So there's several different presentations that you can do, and the drop and stop is probably the most common. So when you see those fish down there, all you're going to do is you're going to drop your rod tip, you're going to drop your bait into the water, and you're going to stop it what you think might be a foot or less right at or above that fish's level, and you're just going to hold it still. You're going to let your line spool off nice and easy. You can see how I'm kind of holding my finger on it, controlling that drop, keeping myself under control. Now, I'm going to let it drop down to the fish, and then I'm just going to hold it there. And I'm going to wait and see if I get any bites that I can detect. Now, the other thing that I like to do is that if that fish doesn't react or it comes up and sits there for a second, I'll actually give one quick turn of the reel or just snap my rod tip just a little bit and hold it perfectly still again and see if they can come get it. A lot of times, just that little bit of change, that quick pop as that bait's running away, they'll come up and hit it. And you'll see that in several of the videos where I've caught these fish before. So another presentation that I use, I call it the blow by. So what that means is the fish, I see that they're at a certain depth level, and I actually drop that bait as fast as it can go. I really like a 1/2 ounce head for this because it drops very, very quickly, and I'll drop it straight by the fish and then stop it slightly below it to see if that fish will actually chase it down. Sometimes when they chase it down, I'll give it a quick snap to get it up to them. As it comes up to them, it hits. So the drop, stop, hop kind of presentation. But, you know, you could try anything. You know, if you're not getting bites, 90% of the time, the drop and stop is going to be your go-to. You're going to drop it, you're going to stop it, and you're going to let it sit there. The drop hop seems to be number 2 on the list. So those 2 retrieves should get you bit. So let's look at the sonar. I'm going to show you how to tell if fish are active or if they're inactive, so you don't waste your time. I want you to build confidence in this presentation, in this rig. So I want you to find those active fish and target those active fish first. If you can't find any active fish, go to doing something else that day. Pick up the Damiki rig on a later day. I want you to build confidence in this and learn how to do it. So what do active fish look like? They're going to look like spaghetti. They're going to be up off the bottom. It's going to be lines that are just crisscrossing each other, coming up off the bottom. They're chasing, they're moving, they're really, really active. Even if there's not bait fish over top of them and they're not chasing right now, they're actually up off the bottom and they're coming up and going down. They are schooling. They are moving around rapidly, and that shows on the sonar. Now, when bass are inactive on the sonar, I've seen a lot of times where people think maybe it's a log laying down there, but it's actually the fish. They are laying belly on the bottom. They are grouped up. And every once in a while, you'll get one to come up and bite, but you're really not going to have that day where you're just smashing them. They're going to be tough to get to bite. You're really going to have to slow down. You're really going to have to set it in their face. And don't spend a lot of time, because sometimes they're just not going to feed at that point. Move on and see if you can find that spaghetti. The last thing about the sonar, when you're seeing these bass on them, it seems like the two ways that I catch them most often are going to be those big mega schools when there's just a bunch of them and they're really active, or that one-off fish. So this time of year, even if I'm fishing something else, I'll kind of keep a Damiki rig with me. And if I go right over top of a fish, I'll just pick it up. It's a one fish, you know, just one fish sitting down there. I'll drop it down, and a lot of times that'll pay off. I don't know why, but you get those kind of, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, what you can tell. The smaller schools, a lot of times those schools just, I don't know, there's not a lot of competition. One fish will a lot of times be a bigger fish when it's a one-off fish. He's big, he's by himself, he's a loner, and you can pop it down. He'll just, you know, hit him in the nose and he'll bite it. But a lot of times with the schools, the more the merrier, because the more bass that are out there, the more competitive they are with each other, trying to feed and catch that bait fish. So some of the places that you're going to actually look at are going to be channels and ditches. These are going to be secondary channels that you're going to look for, and a lot of times they'll sit right up on the edge, long sloping points. If you get a channel, a secondary creek channel that runs up against a long sloping point, even better. But remember, to build confidence, look for those bait fish first. No matter what kind of structure they're going to be around, most of the time your bass are going to be around those bait fish this time of year. Long points. Points can be a big deal. Rocky points, chunk rock this time of year. You know, the slate and everything is really good in the early spring where I live at, the sort of slate. You can see a lot of it around me right now. But what you really want this time of year, because it holds heat longer, it absorbs heat easier, is that chunk rock. You know, about the size of my head to the size of your fist. Those seem to be the areas that really pay off for me this time of year. Now, that's not to say for some reason that they won't be on a lot of different things. But remember, right now you're building confidence. Look for the high percentage areas. Guts. And what I mean by guts is right in those small little cuts that are on the main lake, those small little coves. I mean, they might be, you know, 50 feet deep. Right in those little cuts that are just off of a main creek channel. Just those little cuts. A lot of times they'll sit right in the middle of those, out on, you know, in that deeper water, that first drop in that, as that creek channel kind of runs down. Hey, so I hope this helps you learn how to use the Damiki rig. I hope it helps you catch a ton of fish this winter if you can get out. I'll tell you what, even you ice fishing guys, get you some of these, drop them down through those ice fishing holes. Ben Nowak told me one time, and I'm sorry, Ben, if I butcher your last name, but Ben told me one time, you know, basically we're ice fishing, we're just dropping it straight down. It's just we have soft water, so the whole lake is kind of our hole. We don't have to drill a hole every time we do it. But it's pretty much the same thing. You drop it down, you hold it still, you wait for the bite, you set the hook, and you reel him up. Another thing, Ben has actually got a super great video, and I'll put a link in it somewhere here, but a super great video about how to fizz fish, and that's very important when you're fishing as deep as I'm fishing. You know, a lot of times 35, 45 feet. These smallmouth, when they bite, man, they are like rocket ships a lot of times, and they are coming straight up. And with these little hooks, another bit of advice I can give you, little hooks, little barbs, if they get the least amount of slack line, they're going to toss those suckers. You know, it's a lot like a you know, fishing a drop shot. All right, as always, questions and comments in the comment section below. You know I love to answer your all's questions. Guys, I love to answer your all's questions. I love to talk to you. I love to talk fishing. I love to talk about things. And I love to hear about how you're catching fish. So share it with us. Like I say all the time, I want to make this a knowledge-based channel, a knowledge-based share. Share your knowledge with us. Help us all become better anglers. If you've got video ideas or something that you want me to do about a technique, shoot it to me. If I don't know it, I'll get in touch with you. I'll learn it, and we'll go out and we'll put it together, put a video together about it, so we can help everybody else get better. All that being said, like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. By the way, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas if you haven't seen my Merry Christmas video, and you guys rock.